Tonight on OC News, the FBI raided President Donald Trump's personal lawyer Michael Cohen's office. We find out what documents were seized. Dozens suffocated after a chemical attack in Syria.
Kehlani and Metro Boomin were the stars of this year's spring concert. However, Kehlani never stepped the stage. Stay tuned to find out why.
And later on, find out how students are preparing for the first week of Coachella. OC News starts right now. Welcome. Thank you for joining us at OC News. I'm Alicia Watt.
And I'm Matthew Kirkland. OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton.
Facebook's CEO met one-on-one with a series of key lawmakers today. Congressional leaders are demanding answers from Mark Zuckerberg after a historic data breach. For more with the story, Robbie King is in the studio.
Thanks, Alicia. Facebook is in trouble. Membership is in decline, and the social media site is taking a lot of heat for its role in the 2016 presidential race and its spread of fake news. Now, CEO Mark Zuckerberg is in Washington, D.C. this week to testify before Congress about Facebook's alleged carelessness with their privacy rules. Let's take a closer look. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg arrived in Washington, D.C. earlier today as he prepares to testify in front of the Senate on Tuesday after a New York Times article was published saying Facebook allowed third-party apps to gather private data from its users. This is a direct violation of Facebook's policies to not share user information for commercial purposes. Mark Zuckerberg has already met with several members of Congress, including Senator Bill Nelson, who reminded the public of the importance of privacy.
The question really for me today is our overall privacy in the hands of somebody that wants to do us harm. And we have seen that done in this case.
In June 2014, the data mining company Cambridge Analytica had hired Russian-American psychology professor Alexander Kogan to build an app that could scrape Facebook users' information without their consent, appearing in the form of an online survey. Kogan was able to provide Cambridge Analytica with profiles of approximately 87 million Facebook users. Cambridge Analytica was hired by the Trump campaign during the 2016 election so voters could be targeted on political ads with a more personal basis. Now Congress will be questioning Facebook and investigating to see if there was negligence on their part. Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak announced that he had deactivated his Facebook account. He's not the first person to do so, joining SpaceX CEO Elon Musk and actor Will Ferrell as growing concerns over Facebook's privacy tools lead more people to leave. For OC News, I'm Robbie King. Things aren't looking good for Facebook and its 2 billion members. And it seems for the tech giant, things are going to get a lot worse before they get better. Back to you guys at the desk.
Early Monday morning, the New York Times reported that the FBI raided the offices of President Donald Trump's personal lawyer, Michael Cohen. Federal prosecutors seized emails, tax documents, and business records, among other items, after receiving search warrants from Robert Mueller of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Cohen's attorney, Stephen Ryan, gave a statement to the press saying, quote, "Today, the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York executed a series of search warrants and seized the privileged communications between my client, Michael Cohen, and his clients. Cohen has been an integral member of Trump's inner circle, serving as both counsel in the Russian interference case and Trump's alleged 2006 affair with adult film actress Stormy Daniels. Much of the investigation surrounds Cohen's $130,000 payment to Daniels, a payment which Daniels recently called hush money. When she broke her silence about the alleged affair, the White House denied Trump ever having sex with Daniels, and his lawyers are seeking $20 million in damages. Cohen has also deflected questions and has stated he wants to settle the dispute through private arbitration.
Hundreds of students were disappointed this past Saturday when Kehlani canceled her performance. Xochitl Lagunas is live with the latest.
Yes, Kehlani did not perform at this year's ASI spring concert. According to her Instagram post, she stated that she didn't perform because of a sinus infection. Now, the biggest question here was, will students get a refund? And the answer is yes, students will be able to get a refund. Now, if you go to any electronic device that you have, if you purchase a ticket, you'll get an email from Eventbrite, and in that email there will be a link that you will click on it and it'll take you to a form, or you'll have to fill it out. In that form, it'll ask you certain questions such as what's your name, your campus-wide ID, and it'll also ask you what you purchased. For example, a student ticket, a guest ticket, or even both. That's all I have for today. Xochitl Lagunas from OC News, back at the studio.
A city inspector red-tagged 2 commercial units in Garden Grove off of Capitol Avenue this morning after an explosion went off around 3 a.m. The cause of the eruption is still under investigation, but according to officials, the units contain chemicals used for manufacturing makeup. No one was inside of the building at the time of the explosion.
Graphic video was released by Syrian activist groups that show what appears to be a chemical weapon attack on a rebel-held city in Syria over the weekend. CNN reporter Omar Jimenez has the full story.
A suspected chemical weapons attack in Syria this weekend, with reports of toxic gas inside barrel bombs dropped by helicopters, causing people to suffocate and choke, allegedly leaving dozens of civilians dead.
Talking about humanity, and it can't be allowed to happen. We'll be making some major decisions over the next 24 to 48 hours.
A year ago, this month, more than 80 people were killed in a sarin attack in a separate Syrian town, prompting the U.S. to launch Tomahawk missiles at a Syrian airbase. Following Saturday's attack, missiles were also launched, this time at a Syrian airbase where Iranian personnel were working. Russia is blaming Israel for the attack, but Israeli officials have neither confirmed nor denied the attack. All the while, the U.S. is weighing its response.
Can you rule out taking action, launching airstrikes against Assad, Mr. Secretary?
I don't rule out anything right now.
Nothing's off the table.
The Russian Foreign Ministry called these reports a hoax and issued a statement in the hours after the alleged attack, reading in part, "It is necessary to warn once again that using far-fetched and fabricated pretexts for a military intervention in Syria is absolutely unacceptable," it goes on to say, "and can lead to the most serious consequences." Monday, an emergency meeting of the UN Security Council.
Regardless of who is to blame for the violence, there is no other solution but a political solution.
All this as the Syrian civil war is now in its 8th year. In Washington, I'm Omar Jimenez reporting.
The housing crunch in Orange County is causing rents to spike. More and more people find themselves homeless or on the verge of homelessness. OC News reporter Matthew Kessler spoke with keynote speakers during a statewide conference.
Here at Chapman University in Orange, experts from around the world have come to discuss California's homelessness and how we should address it.
We know why people are homeless. All those who are homeless have had very traumatic PTSD, traumatic brain injury, all of that in their childhood, and therefore their brain doesn't develop and they can't function in school, they drop out, get with the crowd that's kind of maybe less productive. So there's a very valid reason they are who they are. And we'd probably be where we are if we were raised in those circumstances. We got to get over this judging and condemning bit first, may I suggest.
From causes to solutions, guests from around the world spent their afternoon showing us what they've tried in places like San Francisco, Houston, and even Sweden.
That have been out on the street for a long period of time, I feel that they've hit rock bottom and willing to come into a program that's significant and has some pretty strong guidelines in certain senses. We met with 3,874 homeless. 58% self-reported that they had a substance abuse issue.
Although everyone had the same goal, the panelists expressed different approaches to getting there.
That just because somebody's been on the street for a while doesn't want to go with you, that doesn't mean just abandon them and leave them be. You're going to have to work at it.
As experts from around the country meet here at Chapman University to discuss California's homelessness, one thing remains clear: there is no quick fix. Reporting for OC News, I'm Matthew Kessler.
Coming up after the break, get your sunblock out as we head into warmer temperatures this week. and find out how social media is affecting you.
Hi, I'm Matthew Kessler. Were you wondering what that giant truck in the middle of the quad is today? I have the answer coming up next.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your closet. Still no jobs? Just more stuff? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Today was blistering hot in SoCal. Sharon Cardona has more details on the weather.
Thank you, Matt. Yes, today was super hot and there was clear skies. But let's look at other parts of the country where they're experiencing spring a little bit different than us. As you can see, that is Wrigley Field in Chicago, where there was a snowstorm which led the game to be canceled. So it's going to be postponed tomorrow, Tuesday, for anyone who wants to watch the Cubs and the Pittsburghs. But first, let's look at the national weather. As you can see, East Coast, we can see 40s, 50s, really cold. And then Northeast, you can see those are the windstorms. It's still cold up there. We can see the 30s, the 40s. But as we push to Midwest, pushing down here, we see it's getting a bit warmer. But as you can see, there's a reason why it was really hot today, because there's high temperatures dominating right here, mid-California. There's a ridge blocking, thus preventing cold weather and rain, and the high pressures are building up, which is why we have dry air, hot temperatures, and it's going to be pretty windy. And also, as we can see today, the temperatures, let's go back real quick to the temperatures. It's going to be really hot, especially SoCal, going down parts of Arizona, touching parts of New Mexico and Texas. So everyone, there's no worries, it's just gonna be hot. And we looked at today's weather, which was, it was really hot. The highest was 98, but it is cool down to 91 degrees. And speaking of that, today is National Unicorn Day. So we are blessed to have this beautiful day. The humidity was 14%. The sun rose at 6:28 a.m. and you can catch the sunset tonight at 7:18 p.m. That's a bit later, as we can see. Longer days are slowly happening. And then let's look at the rest of the week. So Tuesday, it's going to be the only day that's going to be hot, a little bit hotter than today. We're going to expect some 85s, high 91s. But as you can see, the rest of the week, it's going to be sunny. See, Wednesday through Thursday, it's going to be a bit chilly. But as we cross towards the weekend, we're going to see it's hot. So any of you guys that are ready for the weekend, for the beach, for Coachella, this is the perfect temperature. That's all I have for today's weather. Back to you at the desk.
Social media is something that young people use on a daily basis. But how bad is it for you? Our own Christina Angelis tells us about its negative effects on millennials.
Social media has found its way into our everyday lives, but what can its dominance mean for our youth's well-being? Millennials are the first to grow up in this new age of technology, with social media playing a huge role in their daily interactions. But with a new age of technology comes new age pressures, such as cyberbullying, social anxiety, and online dating. Platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat have bred a new kind of standard that millennials hold themselves to. Rather than focusing on face-to-face praise or compliments, the amount of followers or likes a post gets has taken its place. A 2016 study by Penn State University researchers proposed that seeing other people's selfies has caused lower self-esteem. Filtered photos and posed Snapchat stories cater to users presenting happiness and perfection online while hiding their struggles.
I just feel like social media, like Instagram, Twitter, things like that, it's all just become a popularity contest, and people are really just looking for, like likes and retweets, favorites.
Just opening the Twitter app, the first thing that pops up are notifications about tweets that people are interacting with. The same goes for Instagram and Facebook, giving us constant reminders of the kinds of posts that attract attention.
While social media has had many positive contributions, we cannot ignore the negative effects it has on millennials that other generations might not have had growing up. Reporting for OC News, Christina Angelis.
Students dealing with personal medical concerns have one extra resource on campus today. Matthew Kessler is on the scene with the details.
All right. I'm here with Keith Cotton, the manager of the Obria Medical Clinic, to discuss what kind of services they offer us here at Cal State Fullerton.
Hi. Well, today we're offering STD screening for men and women for HIV, syphilis, chlamydia, and gonorrhea. We also do pregnancy testing. Results are all done confidentially, either online or via phone call. The importance of being out here today, this is STD Awareness Month. So we're trying to create an environment where people are getting tested, knowing where they really stand. So take the time, it's only 30 minutes to come down, fill out paperwork, get tested, and know where you really stand in life. So we appreciate you guys coming out. We appreciate you doing this interview, Matt, and just giving us a moment of time. And the student groups that are supporting us, like AMSA in the past 6 years, as well as Students for Life. Again, if you guys don't help us come out here, we can't do what we do. So we're here for you guys today.
Well, you heard Keith, so don't hesitate to come out and get tested. The life you save could be your own. I'm Matthew Kessler, reporting for OC News.
Thanks, Matthew. Obria's free mobile medical clinic will be on campus again next Monday and May 8th. Coming up in health news, vaping has taken teens by storm. With this new trendy device used as an alternative to smoking cigarettes, also, a cancer patient has his wish come true with the help of the good people of Oak Grove. Jessica has more on the details. Jessica?
Thank you, and now we dive into recent health news. A new study has shown that the new vaping trend is spreading like a wildfire among teenagers. A recent U.S. Surgeon General report found that since 2011, e-cigarettes used among high school students have increased 900%. Teen vaping, the 2016 National Youth Tobacco Survey, revealed that 1.7 million high school students have used e-cigarettes in the past 30 days. This vaping device has become easier to hide that some students even vape in class because these devices emit little smoke. Francis Thompson, the principal of Jonathan Law High School, said, quote, "The most popular item with the teenagers is the Juul. When you first see it, it looks like a flash drive, but it is not. The Juul is easy to tuck away when they are done," end quote. FDA commissioner said, quote, "No kid should be using any tobacco product. We're going to be taking some enforcement actions very soon to target companies that we think are marketing products in ways that are deliberately appealing to kids," end quote. A 15-year-old cancer patient, Jordan Rodriguez, has had his dream come true with the help of Good Samaritans from the Victory Project in Oak Grove.
Modeling wrapped up at the last minute.
It's like half an inch.
Facebook videos from Wednesday show designer Jennifer Bertrand and her crew making magic.
Put in this barn door.
And cameras were recording as Jordan made his way to his new bedroom for the big unveiling.
Whoa.
Jordan's wish was to have his room turned into a place where games took priority.
Wow.
His new bedroom includes donated items from Sporting Kansas City and the Oklahoma City Thunder.
I'm never going to want to leave my room.
And a brand new Alienware computer system set up for the games he loves.
I'm going to be playing on the PC a lot and playing games and all that stuff, but it was really cool.
Jordan's cancer returned in January after he was given a clean bill of health in June of 2016. Scans show tumors have spread to his spine, chest, and tailbone.
That's all we have for health news. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Jessica. Get your flower crowns ready. Coachella begins this weekend. When we come back, Christina talks to students on campus to see how they are preparing for the upcoming festival.
every seat is a story. Behind every story is the reason for transparency.
Coachella is only a few days away, and many Titans go each year. Reporter Christina Angelis is live on campus to hear what students are looking forward to most. Christina?
Coachella 2018 is finally here, and some Titans are buzzing with excitement. We're here at Cal State Fullerton to ask students who are going what they're most excited for.
I'm so excited to see Beyonce and Odessa and then eat spicy pie.
I think I'm really looking forward to seeing my artists. I really like SZA and Brockhampton, of course, Beyonce. Yeah, I think just the vibe overall.
Honestly, I'm looking forward to see Eminem, Odessa. I'm looking forward to turn up and just have a good time, to be honest. But definitely Eminem.
It looks like there's a little something for everyone this year at Coachella. For those of you going, stay hydrated, stay cool, and have so much fun. Reporting live from Cal State Fullerton, I'm Christina Angelis. Now back to you guys in the studio.
A hot start from the Angels, the men's baseball team going on a winning streak, and the Ducks get ready to host the first round of the playoffs. All in sports with Hoon.
Thank you, Matt. Fans came out in record numbers to see the two-way player Shohei Ohtani make his pitching debut in the Big A. The Angels sold 44,742 tickets, which was more than opening day and more than any regular season home game in 20 seasons. Ohtani did not disappoint the sold-out crowd dominating the Oakland A's. Ohtani would flirt with perfection, striking out the side in the fifth with fastballs reaching 99 miles per hour. He took a perfect game into the bottom of the seventh inning when Marcus Semien reached on a single. Ohtani got a standing O from the crowd and finished the game with 7 innings pitched, 12 strikeouts, and no runs. The Angels won 6-1, improving their record to 7-3. Ohtani has lived up to the hype so far, being named AL Player of the Week. Ohtani is the first player since 1919 to hit 3 home runs and win his first 2 games in the first 10 games of the team's season. The men's baseball team won their 5th straight game 6-3 as they swept their series over Cal Poly. The win improves the team to 15-15, which puts the team back to 500 for the first time all season. The Titans will ride this momentum when they play Pepperdine Tuesday and get ready for a weekend series against San Diego State. The Ducks get ready to host the San Jose Sharks in their first-round matchup this Saturday. The Ducks went on a 5-game winning streak to end the regular season, which propelled them into the number 2 seed and home ice for the first round. This will be the second time the Ducks face the Sharks. The other occasion is when the Ducks eliminated the San Jose in 6 games in the first round. And that wraps it up for sports.
Get ready to upgrade once again as Apple is coming out with the new iPhone 8 and 8 Plus Red Edition. This edition is marked as special since Apple introduced the iPhone 8 in a press release saying, quote, "All Red purchases help provide testing, counseling, and treatment for tens of millions of people living with HIV or AIDS," unquote. People cannot wait for the release of the iPhone 8 Special Edition as it will be available in stores beginning Friday, April 13th.
Well, that's all we have for you tonight.
To keep up with the latest news, you can follow us on all our social media at OC News CSUF. Thank you and good night.
OC News is sponsored in part by Univision Communications, Southwest Airlines, and Casanova McCann.